Hello everybody, welcome to week 11 of turning my $1 house into a cozy home. I walked over here this morning and I am so excited, so blessed that I get to share something with you guys that is happening for the $1 house. Look at all of these materials. Look at the fall colors too, it's so pretty out here. I got a privacy fence for my backyard. All of the materials got here last night and the fencing contractor said he should be able to get it done within the next 2 weeks. I'll be getting a fence from about right here. It'll cut out this way and then go in front of the propane tank all the way to the back of that tree line, all the way around this bush, and then it'll go down that way. It'll attach to the other side of the house and it'll be equal on both sides. I want to show you guys a different angle. Here's the bush I was talking about, the fence going behind, and then it'll go over here. The fence will go right behind that electrical unit. This will give me so much gardening space and so much room for Mello to roam around in. I can't wait to see what the privacy fence will look like, and I'll definitely keep you all posted on that. All of the carpet is out of the house. The last room to do was a spare bedroom closet. I'll be putting the washer and dryer in here. I'm not sure what kind of flooring I'll use, but it's really cool to look at this old flooring. It's starting to get really cold in here. It's 47 degrees, so I'm gonna go check out my propane tank and see if I have any propane in there to turn on the heat. Let's see what we got. Looks like we're at about 32%. 32 is good enough to put the heater on 55 today. What I'm gonna do is put down all the windows, turn the heater on 55, and then I'm gonna get my bedroom prepped and ready to start plaster today. Okay, I got my bedroom ready for the plaster repair. What I did was just take a broom alongside here, and then I dusted all the walls, wiped it down with a damp towel, and anywhere there were imperfections, I took a chisel to see if any of it would fall off easily. Now that I got all that done, I'm gonna go ahead and try to start repairing it. It's now the next day. I'm going in my bedroom. The plaster looks so good. It was so satisfying to do plaster. You have to not be a perfectionist at all. You have to just kind of go at it in a messy way, and then it'll match the rest of the room. Let me show you what it's looking like. All of the places that are a little bit more white is where I put the plaster. It doesn't have the same color, but it has the same texture. So now these walls are ready to paint, and once I paint it, it'll look really nice and even. When it comes to repairing the small parts of the plaster, I'm using this patching plaster, and I just pour it in this black thing. If I'm needing some flexibility, I'll use tools like this, and if I don't need flexibility, like on a flat wall and not a corner, I'll use a metal one. Obviously, this part in the living room is way more hectic than my bedroom, so I'm gonna have to use the big joint compounds, and I'm thinking I'll use something like this, just a very big thing, and scrape it all on there and try to cover up all of the spots that are different, or maybe even the whole wall. And then I'll take this sea sponge and kind of dap it to try to get the textured feeling like this. If you all watched last week's video, you know that I'm wanting to put this door in the place of the door that was here in my spare bedroom. The problem is that it's skinnier at the top than the bottom. I'm headed into town today, and I'm gonna buy a 1x6x8, and what I'll do is pry this out and try to keep it in good shape. I'll put the 1x6x8 behind it and put this on top of it, and then I'll cut this door to make it square, and it should be able to fit in the spare bedroom. I'm gonna start today by taking off this door because I'm wanting to open this up and completely get rid of this wall right here since my washer and dryer is going there. It's time for my first upgrade of gloves. They're the same exact ones. You can see which ones I've been using. They have a hole in them, and it's been really annoying trying to work with that, so I'm swapping them out for a brand new pair. These are definitely my favorite gloves because they're touchscreen, and when you're recording everything, it makes it so much easier. The living room is nice and clear over here. My dad's gonna come over later and help me move these two things, but I'm gonna start on this wall first for the plaster. I need to make sure I get all of the chipping stuff off. See, I shouldn't be able to do that, so I need to go through with a scraper and really get everything off of the walls. I need to put these on just in case, because the last thing I want is paint chips in my eyes. Alright, all of the loose parts are off of this wall. Nothing is coming off. So I'm going to dust it, sweep down here at the bottom, and then get started. I forgot that with the wood paneling, there's a lot of nails on this wall, so I just need to get all of those out first too. Alright, I'm just gonna go for it. I have this thing, I'm gonna scoop it off onto here pretty thick and just go along the whole wall, just trying to make it an even layer. This wall is done in the living room. I might have to go over it a little bit, sand it in some places and try to make it better, but right now it looks really good. Up next, I need to do this area right here and the ceiling. This area, this wall, and right here looks pretty good. I'll probably just have to patch it like I did in my bedroom. It's now the next morning. The water discoloration did seep through, but that's normal. That happens all the time. I just didn't do a primer first. What I'll do before I paint is paint it with primer, and that will go away and not come back. I initially thought I would have to use that sponge to make it textured, but it's really matching the vibe. You can see if you look closely, it has those specks and everything, so I won't even have to go through with the sponge. The next step is just painting that primer on and painting normal paint, and then it should look really good in here. It's really early, so sorry if I look tired, but today's an exciting day because my dad's gonna come over. Also, shout out to my dad for helping me with this. We were able to get the living room done in one day because he came over, but he's also gonna help me with this big picture window right here. I'm taking both of these windows out and I'm adding a 60 by 60 window. The window is 60 this way, so I won't have to cut any on the sides, I don't think, but it's not 60 this way, so I think I'm gonna have to cut a little bit down here just to make a bigger opening for the 60 by 60 window. This is a perfect way to start a Saturday morning because I have been looking forward to putting this window in all week. It's gonna look so good. Along with the plaster repair of the living room, we are getting there. Transformations are happening. Since I'm getting ready to have a big hole in the front of my house, I need to go ahead and turn the heat off, or else I'll just be wasting propane. So off, and then I like to keep the fan on auto just to keep it clean. So good. Yeah. My iPhone is running out of storage, so for the rest of this window installment, I'm gonna put you guys on a time lapse. Here's the final reveal. It looks so amazing. I love it so much. The sun actually rises right there, so I'll be able to see the sunrise in the mornings. I still need to put trim around it, but it is in place. It's nice and secure, and I love the way it turned out. The fencing contractor got his permit, so he said he'll start that on Monday, so in next week's video, we'll see the fence getting put up. All right, we've made it to the end of the video. Thank you all so much for watching. Please be sure to subscribe and turn on your bell notifications, and I'll see you next Sunday at 8 a.m. Mountain Time.